Welcome to a battle of the Nissan SUVs. Today we have the 2025 Nissan Murano SL and the Nissan Rogue SL, two of the most popular crossovers on the Nissan lot. So let's go through the ins and outs to help you determine which one should you buy. Now, if you've walked a lot, you might have debated which crossover is better for you, the Nissan Murano or the Rogue. Now, with a full redesign of the 2025 Murano, we thought it would be appropriate to compare these two lovely SUVs. Now, let's first things first start with the pricing. The Nissan Murano is going to have a little higher of a price tag. It's going to have a Canadian MSRP of $53,285 and an American MSRP of $46,560. While our Nissan Rogue SL, the MSRP is $46,085 and our American MSRP is $36,990. So you have about a $7,000 difference between the two. Let's see what you get and if it's worth that extra dough. Now, one thing we notice when we're talking about these two cars is they are very similar. Do not get me wrong, guys. A lot of the features are pretty much the same. It's a matter about size, space, and comfort here. But in terms of the front ends, you can see we have a little different styling. This Murano has this flatted out kind of front hood accent here. Both of them are going to come with LED headlights. You can see it's kind of the same dual stacked styling on the headlights. I find the Murano just looks a little bit sleeker, and there is more chrome to the Rogue. You can see we kind of have the chrome accents in this V-Motion grille. On the front of both these cars, they're both going to come with forward parking sensors. They're both going to come with forward facing cameras, and they're going to come with a similar suite of safety features, which we're going to show you when we get these things on the road. So you do have a little more sleeker kind of modern styling in the Murano and more chrome here on the Rogue. Now, when you compare the side profiles, you can really see the size difference. This Murano is beefier. It is a little more higher up than our Nissan Rogue. It's sitting on 20-inch aluminum alloy rims here. You have things like privacy glass, so the rear windows are tinted. You can get this in a two-tone roof as well if you want the two-tone roof for the Murano. There is LED accents on the mirrors. You have an around view camera, very comparable to the Rogue. Here you can see the size difference here. I'm gonna let you get a full shot of this. You can see how it's a little shorter, a little lower than the Murano, and you have 19-inch aluminum alloy rims here on the Rogue. Both cars are going to have front and rear disc brakes. You have the same tinted windows. You get roof rails on the Rogue. The Murano, you don't get roof rails. So if you want to get your cross racks and put the luggage on the roof, you can put that up there. And then you have the same kind of body style mirrors. This one comes in the Boulder Gray exterior with the two-tone roof. Now let's talk about the interiors here. Both of them are going to have leather appointed seats. We're in the Murano here now, and you can tell just by looking at this that it's a little more luxury. You can see the seats have a little better stitching and design. This one comes with the beige interior. You can choose a black interior as well, depending on your color choice. This one has 8-way power adjustable seats, two memory positions. They are heated, and you have the heated steering wheel. Now, when we jump into the Rogue, you can see it has the black interior. There's really not many fun color combinations. This one just comes with the black interior, and you can see it doesn't look as sleek. That's the difference. The Murano gives you a bit more luxury, higher end feel. Both seats are going to be 8-way. This one has the two memory positions as well, and you have your heated front seats. Now, guys, I know we're comparing the two cars quickly here, but if you want to see full detailed unlocks of me going through each of these cars in more detail. I'm gonna link those in the description below and you guys can check it out. But let's talk about kind of the infotainment, because this is where the cars differentiate a bit more here. This Rogue that we're in has the 2 screens. So you do have the 12-inch screen right behind the steering wheel, and you have our 12.3-inch screen for our infotainment. In terms of infotainment, they're going to be the same. Both of them are going to do a ton of things for you. Google built in, you have your GPS, you have your Google Maps right on the screen, you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Let's clear out the settings here and turn this on so you guys can see. Here you can see your Google Maps on your Rogue. And then you have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, Alexa. There's so many fun, cool things you can do with this. The cameras are going to be similar in both vehicles. You get the 3D HD intelligent camera here. The difference is this one has this built-in screen right behind the wheel. And on the Murano, it's a continuous free-flowing kind of screen. Like, it is 2 screens, but it looks like it's all in one. So the fit and finish is a little better on this Murano, and you can see there's just a little better trunk accents. You have different color combinations, luxury looks. You can change the ambient lighting on the Murano, and you can really pick whatever color scheme you want. If you want the ambient lighting to be magenta pink, you can make it magenta pink. So what I like about the Murano is just the fit and finish. You can see the wheel is a bit more better designed here. This is a more modern, contemporary, sleeker look. You have the capacity buttons as well for your heating and air conditioning on your Murano. A big difference, this one has the button shifter. So I'm not a big fan of these buttons. I do like the shifter that's in the Rogue. This one is just a button for the park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Now let's compare the power plans, and this is where the cars differentiate in terms of the power plans. This Murano is going to give you 241 horsepower, 261 pounds-feet of torque, 10.2 liters per every 100 kilometers, and 23 mpg. Now, when we flip over to our Rogue, the Rogue is a 1.5 3-cylinder engine. It also has that same variable compression turbo, 201 horsepower, and 225 pounds-feet of torque. So you get about 30 mpg with this. So you have a bigger engine, more acceleration, better fuel economy, smaller engine. This is a 3-cylinder versus a 4-cylinder. And the other big differentiator is the transmissions. Our Rogue is going to come with a CVT, continuously variable transmission, while our Murano is going to come with a 9-speed automatic transmission. So a few different power plans, and that's kind of what you're getting. In terms of towing, they both can tow up to 1,500 pounds. So same towing capacity for both. Now we have a couple innocent bystanders here, Mila and Natalie. Maddie. You guys saw us filming. We want to know, which one do you like better? Do you like the white car, the Murano, better, or this gray car, the Nissan Rogue?
We like the white one.
You guys like the white one better? Why?
It just looks nice.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Big insight from the fans watching. So thank you, ladies. We'll let the viewers know what you think.
Bye.
Great job. Great job. Woo. So there you go. Now you have the advice of the 12-year-old. But you guys also comment below, which one do you like better, the Rogue or the Murano? Both cars are going to come with Nissan's intelligent remote starter. It's a race. See which one starts up first. Wow, that was a photo finish. I think they literally started up at the same time. So same remote starter. Don't let that change your buying decision. You can start the car up, warm it up in the wintertime. One thing that the Murano has that the Rogue doesn't, as I approach the car, it automatically unlocks, and as I walk away, it automatically locks. Does the Rogue have the same thing? As I approach the car, it is still locked. So I still need to push this button here to unlock the door. So if the approach lock and unlock is a must-have for you, the Murano would be your choice. On paper, the ground clearance is almost identical. 8.2 inches of ground clearance versus 8.3 inches. And you can really see how similar it is when you look at the front ends. But when we go to the back, the Rogue has something that the Murano doesn't. Even though the Murano is more, You get that foot activated lift gate here where you can do it just with your foot. And then the Murano, it doesn't have that foot activated lift gate. You have to push the button. So a little strange. The Rogue has a feature that the Murano doesn't, even though Murano is supposed to be more expensive and better.
But you don't say that.
Shut up. Rogue also has more cargo capacity. On paper, 36.3 cubic feet of cargo capacity on the Rogue. And I believe it's because it has this kind of second hidden storage underneath here. You can see there's a full extra about 1.5 inches of storage underneath. When we jump over to the Murano, this one on paper is 32 cubic feet, so 4 inches less of cargo capacity on the Murano. Now, one thing that the Murano does have is you have the levers back here, and you can fold your seats down so you don't have to go all the way around. While the Rogue, when we come back, it's a little bit of a reach, but I gotta reach kind of all the way across and drop those seats down. Now, I hate to keep getting you guys jumping back and forth, but another thing, Rogue has a spare tire, okay? And the Murano doesn't have a spare tire. So really strange that we're finding things the Rogue has that the Murano doesn't. No spare tire on the Murano. Now the Murano, I must say, is more comfortable. Like the seats feel a little more plush, a little more cushiony. I do feel like I don't have as much knee room here, but you have heated back seats, you have USBs, you have cup holders, in the elbow rest here. And these seats, this is as far back as these seats will recline. Now, I'm not saying that the back seats in the Rogue aren't comfortable. Like, they are very comfortable. I just felt like the Murano seats were a little more softer, a little more cushion. Felt a little better on the, the bottom here. So this one in the Rogue, you can see, I do think my legs, I got a bit more leg room. Like, I'm 5'9", I feel like I can stretch my legs there. I think it's just the angle that these seats are kind of sloped down a little higher in the Rogue. This one does have the side curtain shade here, so if you have a little infant in a car seat back here, you can keep the UV rays off their face. Both seats are going to be heated just like the Murano USB-Cs, and we do have the elbow rest. So back seats are similar. I do like the comfort of the Murano a little better, but I feel I have more space back here with the Rogue. In terms of the drive, I like the drive of the Murano. I got to give it to the Murano. Maybe I would sacrifice a little bit of fuel economy. It's not going to have the best fuel economy versus the Rogue, but I do like the drive, the acceleration, and the handling a lot better. In terms of features, it's going to be relatively the same. Like, both of them are going to have this full panoramic sunroof. Both of them are going to have all of our ProPilot 1.1 assistant here. So we talk about that a lot in our other videos. That's your driving assistant where it will help you, it will keep you centered in the lane and drive on the road. Both of them are going to have that same thing. Sound system is the same. You got 10 upgraded Bose audio speakers in both the Murano and in both the Rogue SL. Almost identical wise in terms of the features. Blind spot monitor, that's all the same. The cameras are going to be the same. There's a lot of similarities between the two. Where the Murano shines is the comfort and the drive. I would spend the extra money and go with something like this. Now we're behind the wheel of the Rogue and we're on the inside. The Rogue, don't get me wrong, the Rogue is a great drive. I love driving the Rogue. I would take it on a road trip. I would take my family in it. Very safe, very reliable. It's just when we're comparing the two, I do like the Murano better. Here, there's a lot more plastic, a little more harder surfaces. It's not as plush, it's not as soft, it's not as elegant in terms of the interior. It is still very modern looking, and when you're in this car with guests, you do get a lot of compliments on the car. I just do like the drive and the handling of the Murano better. If all the tech is gonna be the same, straight drive versus drive, I'm choosing the Murano all day. Now, one thing that this Rogue has that the Murano doesn't is a few different drive modes. So this one has an off-road mode. It also has a snow mode, while the Murano doesn't have those two separate drive modes. I believe in the US, you can also get this in a Pro 4X off-road package. So that's another bonus if you guys like this kind of off-road type driving. Now, tough decision here, guys. If you guys have made it to the end of the video here, you are probably wondering which one should you choose and waiting for me to guide you. This is really needs versus wants. Do you want to spend the extra money for the more space, or do you want to save the money and get a little less space? Now, if it was me purchasing the two cars, I would go with the Murano and I would spend the extra money. I've been around these cars for a long time, and I feel like the Murano is just a smoother, more luxury kind of feel, and I feel like it's more reliable based on its track record versus the Rogue. I like the 2-liter engine drive better versus this 3-cylinder with the turbo, but both cars are great options. But I want to hear from you now that you've heard from me. Comment below, which car would you choose, the Murano or the Rogue? And as always, guys, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if we helped you with your buying decision. And as always, check out my Instagram. We'll see you in the next video. Cars Unlocked out.